In tonight with a more focused message from protesters at the CHOP. If you are not committed to provoking police changes, get out. KARA 7's Michael Spears is live right now near the East Precinct. And Michael, that message is generating new support tonight for the Capitol Hill organized protest.
Monique, we have heard from people who have packed up and left, not happy with what they see, but we're now hearing from dozens more neighbors who have signed a letter pledging to support this moving forward and work with the people on the ground on several key points. A walk through the Capitol Hill occupied protests may look differently depending on the time and day. A space where change is a constant.
Take this back up.
Continuing Wednesday with the city finishing work it started the day before to separate protesters and traffic with new barriers, shrinking the protest zone's footprint,
Back up.
but not without fresh resistance. Drivers now have some access through the area that first responders say will help them in emergencies. More than 40 neighbors of the 12th Avenue Arts building that's inside the CHOP have now signed this letter of support pledging to work with protesters, stating we have lost confidence in the SPD.
Frankly, I'm relieved that the police have left.
Neighbor Jamie Wilson, who we interviewed last week, was one of them.
It felt like a war zone.
While some people have struggled with the movement's messaging,
there is positives to the groups that are there.
like this neighbor who moved into a hotel,
There's a lot of antagonist groups lingering around.
the occupied protests continues to draw both familiar
It's letting the police know we don't need you if you're not going to do the right thing.
and new faces.
As long as we can continue to keep this momentum up and come together as a community, I feel like there will definitely be a change.
Today we spoke with some neighbors off camera who said they absolutely support the message here in the protest, but want the noise levels to come down in the overnight hours. That letter we mentioned from neighbors, they also address working with protesters here on the ground to address noise levels. For now, we're live in Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood. I'm Michael Spears, KARA 7 News.